My hair sticking out.
Hey, what's up, guys? You know what time it is? It's podcast
It's
time.
podcast time.
You
Yeah, I was
know,
just gonna say.
yeah. Um, welcome back for returning listeners, and welcome to our page if you're a new listener. We're gonna give a little introduction. My name is Will. This is Daniel. And this is the Auto Chronicles podcast. And what are we gonna talk about today, man? What we got going on?
We got a couple things set up. We got a little snippet of road rage in there, just something
Ooh,
that pisses me off.
I know you guys missed that.
And we've got some cars that we feel are gonna appreciate soon.
For
And
sure.
then we've also got just a little buyer's guide.
Mm,
Just a
okay.
couple little,
Nice.
hey, this is the kind of market I'm in. What
Yeah.
should I buy?
Yeah,
You know?
nice. And by no means are we telling you to buy these cars, but from
These are just if
yeah,
we were in this
mhm,
scenario, this is what we would go for.
yeah, especially if we had the money, which neither of us have.
Yeah, what?
But
What is that?
yeah, I don't. I
I don't
wish
know.
I knew what it was. But
Maybe the subscribers can tell us.
oh yeah, let us
Show
know.
show us firsthand.
Yeah, send some this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ACP
But
Cash
there we
App.
go. We got to get that rolling. Yeah. But let's jump right into it. Let's get into the meat of
Oh,
things, man.
definitely.
Um,
What what should we do?
let's
Should we talk about some appreciating cars or buyer's
No, let's
guide?
do buyer's guide. Let's
All
do
right,
buyer's
let's do
guide.
some
Or do
buyer's
you want to
guide.
do road
So
rage? Let's do road rage.
you want to
Let's get a
start with
little
the road
little
rage?
mad, get
All
a little
right.
mad, and
All
mellow it
right.
out throughout.
All right.
Yeah.
So I got super excited. I saw a couple photos of the new Lincoln
What you get excited
Nautilus.
about? Nautilus.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's not
Lincoln Nautilus that
that.
really
Yeah.
ah
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Chef kiss. Everything about it was just very good looking car.
Yeah.
Way you could spec it out.
Mm.
Everything's cool. So I'm like, they're showing like these blackout packages,
Okay.
all kinds of options,
Nice.
and
Is that like similar to Black Label or?
it's just a package. They do have a black label
Okay.
model,
Okay.
but
Nice.
it's appearance package. So
Okay.
like grills blacked out, rims
Mm.
have just minor silver accents,
Mm.
all like the windows, not the window strip, but the
The
door belt
the trim,
moldings. Yeah,
all the
yeah.
trim. Yeah. Okay.
All that could
Dope.
be either silver or black, right?
Dope.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good,
Quality.
good.
Real quality.
They
Yeah.
move the door handle like the Continentals,
Okay.
so it's
Oh,
on
it's
the door belt, right?
okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
So
Everything.
what are you so mad about? It sounds like everything's so good.
So I went to build one,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
see how I could spec one out. See
Oh
what
yeah.
they lease for,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
if they're trying to get them out, right, they're gonna lease them for cheap, I
For
think.
sure. Absolutely.
Well, so I'm going through the steps, right? I'm like, ooh, get the dark red, do the blackout package. I do like a reserve level 2 or something. Nothing super crazy,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just enough to not want for much, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And then as I'm scrolling down, I'm like, okay, oh, it's only giving me the option for a 2-liter 4-cylinder.
No,
Okay, let me go back.
yeah, that's not right.
Maybe
Yeah.
I selected the
Yeah.
wrong trim. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. What do I need to get the V6?
Yeah, because you want that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, a car that size should have 335 to 400 horse,
Yeah.
right?
That's average
For a
nowadays.
luxury SUV.
Absolutely. I'm 100% agreement with you right there.
So I was like, well, let's see. Do I need to go to a black label? I went to a top trim,
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
label. We're talking an $80,000 compact SUV, or not
Damn.
fully spec'd 80. So like all that
Fuck.
accessories and shit.
Yeah.
But they start like 60
Okay.
for the black label.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. All right, great. Scrolling down, I just start building again because I'm like, black label's gonna have a V6 option, right? It's
Yeah.
gonna have a good EcoBoost option.
Mm.
It doesn't.
What?
Only 2 liters.
Oh, hell
So
nah.
you can get it. It's 250 horse or
the fuck?
255 horse in the standard 2-liter. Mind you, these are turbo, but
Oh man.
nonetheless, don't want a fucking sewing machine in a
Yeah.
fucking
Fuck
$60,000
no.
SUV.
A 2-liter?
Yeah.
And is it with the hybrid or
So there is a hybrid
okay?
option, and the hybrid gives you 310 or 301 or something like that.
Damn, dude.
Still
That's
not
underwhelming.
fucking
Yeah,
enough.
dude.
Because
That
then you have to get a CVT trans.
ugh,
Nobody wants a fucking
mm-mm.
CVT trans. I am not buying a fucking commuter.
No way.
I am buying a fucking luxury SUV. Give me
Yeah.
a luxury fucking powertrain.
Jeez, yeah, you
Fuck
guys
that
kind of
shit.
dropped the ball there, didn't you guys?
Garbage.
Man.
And I'm
What?
fingers crossed.
Uh-huh.
Fingers crossed. Next year's going to be different.
Okay.
Here's the thing: they're killing the Ford Edge, so I think
Okay.
that's why they're kind of going this way, or at least they're killing the Edge for
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
But nonetheless,
Yeah.
fuck that.
It
I want a fucking decent powertrain in my luxury SUV.
for reference, what are the competitors in that market for mid-size SUVs in that range? Like, are they also all going that direction with the 2-liter instead of a standard V6 that, me and you are accustomed
Well,
to?
I was kind of looking. I'm like, okay, is this customary?
Mhm.
And Cadillac's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Fuck GM.
Uh,
Hate GM products.
yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
them. They're not my point of reference. But BMW, the main fucking people you're competing with, BMW X3,
Yeah, I know that
you
one very well.
you can still get an M40i,
Mhm. Yeah.
which has a 3-liter turbo
Yeah.
6
Absolutely.
with a fucking good
Fuck
amount,
ton of power.
380
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
horse.
That's a good amount of power, yeah.
Good output. That is a luxury fucking SUV.
There we go.
That's worth spending the money
I
on.
never thought I'd hear you praising BMW like this, man.
I never said I'd buy it.
Hey,
No.
hey, that's a
You
win. That's a
couldn't
win.
you couldn't talk me into that. I would
Hey.
still go down and sell that fucker and buy a used Navigator.
Hey, because you know what? Nah, they don't even. I was gonna say they hold their money well, but nothing really holds.
I mean, so if you
So-so.
maintain it right and you have
Yeah,
the equipment right,
yeah.
definitely.
Just
But
walk it as a wash.
yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of that,
Yeah.
holding money well on cars,
Let's segment. Yeah. Let's segue.
we got some cars we're thinking
Hey.
are gonna appreciate pretty well
Mm-hmm.
over the next couple years.
Absolutely. And this list is based on what exactly?
Cars that right now don't have a super high value,
Mhm.
that just judging by the market, the way things have been over years before, how we think they're
There we go. Someone knows their stuff. Just
exactly.
keep adding it.
Yeah. If it's not leaking oil, it ain't got none.
Yeah.
But just based on what we've seen in the market, how cars have kind of gone over time, um, some some things that we think as car people, when people really start to discover these and really see what they're about, the
Yeah.
value is going to go up,
Mhm.
right?
Like some hidden gems,
Mhm.
and also some that they were mass produced, but because they're getting so cheap and so easily accessible, there's gonna be the few that are the
Yeah, I think the
outliers,
cheap and
right?
easily accessible, so many of them have been taken off the road. They've
Yeah.
been beaten.
There we go.
So now
Yeah.
they're going to move somewhere.
Exactly.
Or
So
just the alternative, like some of mine, the alternative model has gotten so expensive
mhm.
that these are going to increase
Yeah.
just based off that correlation.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's jump right into it, brother.
Oh yeah,
Um, that's what do you got first, man? 'Cause I know you're a Ford guy. So
of course.
there's bound to be a couple Fords on this list.
Yeah, I've got a few on here. Here's a couple that I've just kind of seen over time. So the Mustang Mach 1,
Okay.
right? The new Edge body style, the
Yeah.
99 to 03,
Okay.
04. I think they killed the Mach 1 in 03.
Okay.
But reason for that is because it is distinguishable from a standard GT. It does have differences. And it had the dual overhead cam 4.6.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so
Dang.
it
That's the
had
same.
it had the 32 valve.
Yeah.
Um, those I believe are going to start to increase in price just because of that.
Yeah.
They weren't
I can see that.
super sought after. It wasn't like a Terminator. It wasn't like, oh my God, that's the pinnacle. No, but it was still more power than the GT,
Mhm.
and it's unique. I think collectors are going to
Absolutely.
start to pick up on that
Mhm.
and want to use that as an investment car.
That is a good point to bring. On top of Mustangs, there's another one I came across. It might have already appreciated.
Mhm.
It's a later model Mustang 302, Boss 302.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's one I also see comparable to the Mach 1.
That
Um,
definitely could, yeah,
yeah.
because it wasn't outwardly unique, but it was
It was like the
not
standalone. It
standardized.
was a
Yeah,
standard.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly, man.
that's a
But
good one. I didn't
yeah,
even think about
thank
that
you,
one.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna throw it at you
solid,
and see a live reaction. I
solid.
gotta.
All
The
right,
amateur got one, so let's get it. That's a win.
all
I'm
right,
winning
all
today,
right.
man. Let's go. Um, but yeah, um, you want to continue on your list or
Yeah, yeah. I'll,
okay,
I'll
for sure,
just Rochambeau the rest of mine.
absolutely.
Next one, because we've seen the inflation on the F-150 Lightnings, right?
Oh
Not the
man,
new one. That thing's garbage.
yeah,
The
the one in Fast and Furious,
supercharged, yeah,
and
the
that's
supercharged
partially
99 to
yeah,
03.
that's partially the reason I think that one was so rapid was because it was in Fast and Furious. So
Believe it or not, a
yeah,
lot of people didn't even. That
Dang.
wasn't even a correlation. A lot of people go, "Oh yeah, he drove a
Red
Ford truck."
Yeah.
They don't realize that Ford truck in that movie would smoke most of the cars he's around.
Man, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that blue Maxima that was it Vince's car? The blue Maxima. It was front wheel drive
Uh-huh.
Maxima. We'll talk
Yeah.
about one of those later too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but that Lightning would crush that thing.
Mm,
I don't care if
yeah.
it's turbo or what. It would still take that. It had
Man,
plenty of
talking
horsepower
about
to give.
fast cars.
But so the Harley Davidson F-150s
Okay.
for a generation 99 to 03,
Mm.
or I think the supercharged models were 2000 to 2003.
Yeah.
Those have Lightning powertrain. So you have the
Dang.
5.4 supercharged.
Dang.
And I believe they did only come rear wheel drive platform, and I think that's why they haven't already like exceedingly grown. But
Yeah.
definitely, I think that's going to cause these to really pick up.
Yeah.
Especially it was Vince. All right, perfect. Yeah, I knew he did the burnout in it, but I couldn't think if it was his car or not.
Hell yeah.
But so I think because so many people are using trucks as their family cars now,
Mhm.
and the more we get into this kind of 20 years old and collector stages,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to start picking up the Harley Davidsons because I know you can get them for like 15 right now
Ooh,
with
okay. That's
relatively low miles.
yeah, and that's like you said, very comparable with the Lightning. And the Harley Davidson's checking all the boxes as far as I can see for a car that's gonna appreciate very soon.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, unique,
mhm.
standalone, and it's not like there's a bunch of rare packages
Yeah,
to them. They're just that.
and it's also not exclusively sought after yet, right?
Yeah,
It's
not
yeah,
directly,
yeah.
but I think it's going that way
Mhm.
because
Absolutely.
Lightnings have increased so much. I think people are going to take second best,
Yeah,
which is that
there we
Harley
go.
Davidson.
Absolutely. I agree with you
But
100%
they
there.
did only come crew cab, so that might be a lot of people. Meh, I don't want it. But
But like you said, the factor everyone's trying to do the family thing,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it fits very well, in that market as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Next, I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
have a Beamer.
Hey, there we go.
Um,
It's one of 2.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
There's two. Of course, he has
yeah.
one.
Come on now.
But this is one that I recently kind of discovered and scrolled upon for a minute. Is a BMW 335D.
Yeah, I
So
know.
a diesel 3 liter.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
I
nice.
think those are gonna. I think the more people understand diesel, and with how many people are in the diesel market, and maybe contemplating more of a car rather than diesel truck because
Yeah.
it's just not
That's the
it's not
narrative.
feasible for a lot of
Yeah.
people. Uh, but the 335D, I think those are going to appreciate just because diesel doesn't have as many like
Mhm.
vital functions to make power,
Yeah,
right? All you need is fuel and air. There's no spark, there's no additional stuff like that. It's literally just fuel and air. Uh, they're still relatively cheap. They still make decent power. Uh, so
mhm,
it's comparable.
mhm.
There's a lot of things that are going into this that I think they're really gonna jump in price.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And a plus on that, it's also turbocharged or
oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And,
I wouldn't bring it on there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with that one, the same car exactly, just different engine. 335i, is also a car that we think is or I believe is gonna appreciate.
Gas model, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, mainly because, again, the turbocharge, funk factor
Mhm,
and,
mhm.
it being a very fun car. It's already a popular car in the BMW community,
Yeah.
but,
But,
what
yeah, once it spreads
exactly.
yeah,
It's a very tunable car, it's small and quick, um, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to get yourself into one right now, so,
yeah,
uh, yeah, it's
yeah,
on the same track as a few of the other cars we mentioned.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got couple more. Let me just shoot these out. So the trade not trademarked, but the unofficial name, the Subaru. I think these are gonna appreciate. It's a Saab 92X.
Mm,
It's a Subaru, right?
yeah.
It's a WRX underneath or
Whoa.
STI. I can't remember
Yeah.
which, but it's a hatchback variant.
Okay.
I think they're gonna appreciate just for the simple fact that the Subarus are now ton of miles and clapped, and I think these have kind of sat in the old guy's garage who
Yeah.
just wanted a Saab,
Yeah.
and I think you're gonna find a lot of low mileage models coming out.
Absolutely, I
And
believe
I
that.
think those are really gonna hit. I think a
And
lot of people are gonna take off on those.
manual,
Yeah, yeah, I
um,
mean, your typical WRX stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
manual, turbo, flat 4.
4-wheel,
Yeah, all-wheel
right?
drive, yep.
And they're not the ugliest thing. They're not
Yeah,
super butt ugly.
they're not as
Yeah.
good looking as an actual Subaru, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
definitely
I know
there.
someone that'd be happy you said that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I won't say that in public. Then
Diesel Euro cars, yeah.
next one, I'm throwing this out there, and both of these we've talked about before.
Yeah.
But the Saab 97X, i.e. the Trailblazer SS.
Yes, yeah.
I
Same.
think so many people, aka sideshow culture,
Mhm.
have
Mhm.
wrecked and destroyed
Oh,
so
man.
many Trailblazer SSs
Yeah.
that it's getting to the point where we need something to supplement.
Yeah.
And so the Saab 97X or Trailblazer, whatever you want to call it, I think those are really going to start to see an upswing and start to increase in value just because people are going to buy them and swap them and make them Chevy front
SS.
ends. I
Yeah.
think that's really it.
Yeah.
Because that and the rear hatch and the rear bumper, I think that's all you need to change. I think taillights on the quarter panels and
Yeah.
everything are the same.
Dang, dude,
I don't.
yeah.
Same thing with the Subaru. I don't think they really changed much. I
Yeah.
think it's just
Just
some
a
superficial
yeah.
to give it
Okay.
that brand image.
That's crazy. Yeah, Saabs, man, they're on their way up.
I think so. Just because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
discontinued, that classic culture is going to come in and want them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lastly,
Mm.
and this is going to be, I'm sure people argue this with me. The Bronco 2. I think the Bronco 2, here, if you just want to look at mine, bro.
Okay, I know
I'll
we're
pull
good.
it
Yeah.
up. But the Bronco 2, I think so many people in the four-wheel drive community are loving them because the short wheelbase. And I think that, our generation's growing up,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of our generation had those when we were kids. A lot of our generation grew up in those. So I think as we start to get more wealth and get this, get this money,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
Trying to.
start to buy these builds and wanna build them out and spec them out
Yeah.
and buy cars that we remember from our childhood and from our youth to try to bring them back up.
Yeah. That's a respectable uh vehicle on the list, man. Absolutely. Because all the other Broncos, previous and some afterwards, have already appreciated. I know that the OJ model
Oh, yeah.
appreciated out the fucking roof.
Those went fucking nuts when
Yeah.
they announced the new
See,
Bronco.
man.
You'd literally see them overnight,
Yeah.
5 grand, 5,500 or
Jeez.
best offer,
Man.
and then you see this fucking firm 12 grand.
Yeah.
Firm fucking
Yeah.
13. I saw one the other day. Do one at $7,200.
Uh-huh.
Fucking no trans, interior
Oh
was
shit.
fucked up,
Damn.
all kinds of shit.
That's
Like,
a sign that the cars. I mean, it's kind of like I know what I got kind of thing. You feel me?
yeah,
But
yeah.
come
I
on,
know
bro.
what I have.
It ain't
Yeah,
shit in it. What do you got?
yeah. Honorable
Yeah.
mention though. These are already on their upswing, so I didn't want to put them in here, but they're starting on their upswing if you can find them. My favorite truck of all time, absolute beautiful, love it. The 92 through 97 F-150 or 92 through 96, sorry, F-150 flare sides.
Okay. Yep.
The
Yeah.
step side,
Mhm.
specific badging, everything like that.
Yeah.
Those are unique enough. I think people are really going to be hunting for them. I
Oh
already
yeah.
got mine.
No,
Fuck you, back off.
absolutely.
But I
Man,
think those are really on their upswing,
it's
right?
a beautiful truck. Absolutely beautiful truck.
Not
Um,
mine, but the
no,
rest of them.
yeah.
Mine's
My homie has one, and he LS swapped it. Do you think that helps with the value or
you want my
I just want an opinion.
I've told him my opinion. Fuck throwing a Chevy motor in any fucking Ford product. Any of
Hey,
you that fucking do that, stop.
he's a purist.
Fuck that. I'm not even a fucking purist. Fuck that. Throw a Coyote in it. Throw a fucking 2.7 twin turbo in it.
Yeah.
Fucking throw a fucking K24 in that fucking thing. Stop throwing fucking LSs. If you don't like the fucking fact that it's a Ford, don't fucking buy it.
Yeah.
Be like everybody else and have an OBS. Fuck you. Fuck out of here. Little bit of road rage.
Yeah, a little notch of it. But
Yeah.
that's a
Fucking
great
tore my
opinion to
heart
have. Either way, beautiful vehicles on the rise. That's only half the list. To list a few other ones.
Those were my picks.
Yeah.
Will's got his.
And the first one on my list is practically based on the fact that it was a mass-produced vehicle. It was
Mhm.
mass-produced.
Mhm.
And the
And
current
it was a
market.
very expensive.
Oh yeah, dude. But like everything, things depreciate, right? Right off the lot and stuff like that. But now this car's pretty available. But we're gonna see that come back a little bit because they're used for sideshows all the time. Sideshow this, sideshow that. I see a few people spec them out to be like stance vehicles, and hit or miss, right?
Mhm,
But
mhm.
the LS400, Lexus LS400, I feel like that's gonna be a car that's gonna appreciate in the next 4 years, 4 or 5 years. Mainly in the fact of its availability. It's gonna start
Mhm,
dwindling, and you're gonna
mhm.
find them all clapped ones, and the few that are still immaculate. Just hold on to them because once that market base is depleted, like I said, it's gonna appreciate like many other things. Um, Reliable car, a lot of mods for it, big body, V8, right? So can't really beat that.
Yeah.
Um,
Have we said the model yet?
LS400. No,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I stated it. Yeah,
I missed that.
yeah,
I was distracted for
yeah.
a second.
But yeah, if you find one and it's clean, hold on to it. Don't swing it. Please don't swing it. Like
Yeah.
if it's clapped out, go ahead and swing it.
Buy
Like
a SC400. Get the
go
fucking coupe
go
piece
ahead.
of shit.
Oh, that
Fucking
shit's
beat the
fucking
fuck out of that.
ugh
They're
ugh.
ugly as fuck. I
God
fucking hate
damn.
them. The SC300s though, the 2JZ or 1JZ, whatever. Those probably keep those kind of mint. I think those looked better than the SC400s. The
Okay.
SC400s look like
Yeah.
shit.
I've seen a few that are built kind of clean, but at the end of the day, you can't fix ugly,
Yeah,
right? So,
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
it's
Or at least you're on a fucking pretty uphill battle.
yeah,
But
man. Next on the list is Mazda RX-8. We've seen mentions of the RX-7, but that's proven to be already
oh yeah,
appreciated.
that's
This
yeah.
is ridiculous. There's Sideshow Tone has one for his drip vehicle. Immaculate. So RX-8, I feel like is next up on
Mhm,
the
mhm.
batter list. Um, yeah, sporty, small, quick little vehicle. Comparable to a Mazda Miata almost, right? Similar? Just no?
No,
What's the difference?
RX8 was rotary,
Okay.
and it's that kind of four door, weird looking four door fucking
Well,
one.
it's like a four like a half door,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's got the half door.
Is
You
it the
know,
one that swings up?
no, no, no,
No,
no, no.
okay.
It
Open
swings like a
a little.
truck door.
Yeah, yeah.
So you open the main door, and then
Mhm.
the other door opens like this. Suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're all right. When I was a kid, they were super cool because it's rotary. But then once you really start checking them out, it was kind of a
Deal.
shitty Mazda product.
Yeah.
Like overall, it wasn't like, oh my god, I want one of these.
Mhm.
After like really checking it out, I'm like, I mean, it's a rotary, so it's still kind of cool, but otherwise, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I mean,
But but it being a JDM model that's um not currently super sought after because of the limelights being shined on its cousin.
its predecessor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's next on the list. It'll get there eventually. Um.
yeah. I think they're rare enough at this point that when people really start to like the
Mhm.
same kind of thing, that childhood,
Mhm. Mhm.
thinking about it and
Yeah.
wanting to buy one, I think they're going to increase.
Exactly. And like you said before, Lightning to the Harley Davidson is like the next best thing,
Yeah,
right? So
exactly. Yep.
it'll get there. Right now, I don't know what the current market for them are. Probably like 12K, you think? 12,000 average?
I think
Yeah.
probably somewhere about 10 for a
Yeah.
shitty one. You could probably get it as
Hmm.
low as 5.
Yeah. But we,
Running anyway.
I see it probably going around mid 20s eventually. Yeah. So this is just speculations. I'm not any by any means a financial advisor. I don't advise you to buy these vehicles, but if you see what we're getting at, right? Just keep your eye on it, right?
Yeah, and he makes a good point too.
Who's this guy? Yeah.
We know him.
Oh, we know him. Oh, that's the
We know
homie.
him.
That's the homie.
Yeah, yeah, we know
Uh,
who it is. Yeah, no, same thing. I mean,
mm,
rotaries have always been kind of shitty and romped on because people don't realize it's not a 200,000 mile motor. It's a 80,000 mile motor in the RX8
damn.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they have to
fuck.
be rebuilt. The
Ah.
what is it? The apex seals,
Mhm.
all that shit.
Just go bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The way they work, and maybe sometime we'll go into a bit more, but
Hmm.
there's no pistons. It's a pistonless engine,
Yeah, I
so
would like to
it's
know more about it. I know it goes in like a triangle kind of
yeah,
shape
yeah. It's
and
it's a
just kind of bounces
triangle
around and
ish thing, yeah, and it spins, and the chambers are sides of it. So the
okay.
block has its own chambers
Okay.
for
Yeah, yeah.
suction, fucking combustion,
Interesting.
all that shit.
Wow.
So it's
If you guys would like a how it works segment,
yeah,
we could go into that.
oh
Just
yeah.
drop a comment and we'll get back around to it. But
I got to
yeah,
steal this next car
go
from
ahead.
Will
No, it's
because this
before
is
I
right in
yeah,
my.
no, absolutely. I can't
Mwah.
discriminate here.
So the early '90s
Mm,
Crown Vic, Ford LTD,
mm,
whatever you want to call it. The black. Just think of the black car from Men in Black,
mm.
not the busted hotness. not the new hotness like Will Smith was pushing, that Mercedes thing,
Yeah,
but the old
like
busted.
Men in Black 1. Men in
I
Black
love it.
1.
Yeah, it was in 1 and 2.
Yeah. The box
Yeah.
box
the
board,
square.
so
The
clean.
square.
Oh,
Fucking love
so
it.
clean.
5-liter V8
Ooh.
across all of them.
Yeah.
So you got a
Oh,
push rod.
they had it right.
You got a push rod 5-liter. The only problem is the trans was really outdated. But
Okay.
the best part about that is because the trans is so outdated, it's not electronically controlled. You can
Oh.
rip that fucker out and throw whatever you want in it,
Nice.
just like my town car.
There we go. There we go.
But yeah, so the AOD trans, fucking
Mhm.
rip that shit out, throw 10 speed in it. You got a fucking beautiful commuter. Probably get fucking 4 million fucking miles per gallon.
Yeah, I can see it.
80 billion miles per gallon because you're rolling like a pimp.
That's an important stat right there. Keep
love
that
it.
on the stat sheet.
One of my favorite cars.
Yeah.
And to find clean ones right now, they're only like $5,000. But
Dude.
I'm not gonna throw $5,000 in something that's gonna sit there.
Yeah,
I'd rather
feel
build
it.
that town car on a budget.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's a great pick. That's one that should already have been appreciated. And it's the fact that it hasn't appreciated yet is kind of like, ooh, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Because especially since all the other boxy cars, box Chevys, fucking, Caprice,
Yeah.
all these things they've already appreciated. So this is
And this is a Fox body motor. You fuckers
Come
build these all the
on.
time.
Come
That was a
on.
sideshow car.
Come on.
Only thing better about this is most of them, if I remember correctly, they came independent rear suspension. So you've got a much better vehicle overall.
Mm.
And it rides nice. It's
Oh, yeah.
clean. It's something you'd see in
Yeah.
The Sopranos. Like
Absolutely.
fucking mob that shit.
Absolutely.
Same thing goes for the Mercury Grand Marquis because it's the same fucking car. Just got to throw that out there.
Okay. Yeah. Next one on the list, and this is not biased by any means.
Sure.
I've just seen the reports. I've seen the reports. I've done my research.
We love a good donk.
Absolutely, donkeys.
Paint that thing with Hubba Bubba
There we
and
go.
start rocking on some dirty 30s.
Oh yeah, sip some dirty Sprite. Hey.
Lean in.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but the next car on the list is one I hold dear to my heart. It's and it could be any model or any model. Is that what I mean? Any model within this body. Yeah.
I just love you. Chassis.
Chassis. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Any
On
model
this
within this
chassis.
chassis code. The E39s. E39 5. I'm not talking about 525s. No, they're
So
too
wait,
base. But
what BMW do you have?
I have an E39 540.
Oh, fuck, wow!
Yeah, right.
You're
So-
lucky. You're right in that. You're right in that category. That's
Yeah.
gonna
Get there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
oh,
gonna make some
wow.
serious money.
Yeah,
if I'm not in the
I mean,
hole.
he's not biased. Though.
Yeah, not biased by any means. I've seen the reports, and trust me, look it up. In the past 4 years, they've gone up at least 30%, 45%. And that's its trajectory.
And I think it kind of caters to that same thing. I
Yeah,
think our
absolutely.
generation remembers these cars from when we're kids and has
Mhm.
that nostalgia.
Yeah.
And they're gonna buy the fuck out of
It's actually funny. They're in a lot of movies, a lot of shows. But yeah, the E39, 530s, 540s. If you're lucky enough to get an M5, you're already winning. But they've already appreciated.
it. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So it's kind of out
M
of that
cars.
category.
M cars are a different.
Yeah,
category,
absolutely. But yeah, the E30, 530 and 540s. Cars you should look after if you're trying to make an investment vehicle. This
I
might be
bet
one
you
of
the
them.
manuals have probably already started.
Oh yeah, for sure. So my car currently, at the way it sits, which is not so pretty. I could probably get 35 for it, 35, 400, 4,000. But manuals they're at
No, you could
6.
probably get more. I think you
I-
get more.
ah,
The only thing wrong with your car is paint.
Paint,
Everything else is
little
pretty good.
cosmetic inside.
Yeah, that don't fucking
Mechanically,
matter.
it just needs a little
Yeah.
fix, but it's good. Yeah, but these cars are gonna appreciate for several reasons. It being a big body V8, one of the last of its to do
Yeah.
kind of things.
Yeah.
It's on the cusp of becoming a classic, and the 540 is a baby M5, right? So it's right there, right there. And there's just enough of them still in the market to be clean, but there's majority of them are already, ran through. So even
Yeah.
more better for the ones that are still in good
More
condition.
better.
More better. But yeah, man. I can go on and on about that one. And then the next one, not biased at all. Not biased at all. But the Dodge Durango.
I love how you put them back to back though.
Yeah. The Dodge Durango. Sadly not my model. The any
Not-
V6
not
is
the
kind of
GTs.
Yeah,
Not the GTs.
GTs are base.
Well,
the-
it's not base.
Yeah.
It's still.
uh,
It's like the Honda Accord Sport.
literally
right?
has one extra horsepower than base.
It
Hey,
matters.
Yeah, it does.
matters.
Hey, Hey, but we're talking about the Durango RTs, Hellcats, SRTs, but that's in different category and so
All the boys,
um yeah,
all the big
exactly.
boys.
But same concept. They're done making V8s for Dodge. Durango being a very sought after vehicle behind the Challenger and Charger. Um, Same thing with Challenger and Charger. Might appreciate as well if they're not all clapped out by then and not stop getting stolen. If you guys can stop doing that,
Yeah,
it might help the value.
yeah.
But other than that, it's going to be a sought after car because of it being a V8, big body, clean vehicle. Um,
And same thing, family
yeah,
hauler,
exactly.
right?
So
Your high horsepower family hauler. As
exactly.
our generation has kids, we're gonna start buying these bigger ones.
Absolutely. And trajectory of it is right now currently they're all kind of depreciating. There's kind of hit a plateau with for the V8s currently because they're done making them. So that everyone's like, "Oh, I need one now." But
Yeah.
in the next 5 years or so, if you find one and maintain one, the price will start going back up. I
Well, and
can
the way
guarantee
to
it.
kind of think about that too, a lot of people that have them currently,
Mhm.
you know, previous years, if they wrecked one, insurance would pay them out. They just go buy a new one.
Yeah.
They can't do that now.
Yeah, true.
So if you wreck it, or or somebody has one and you want to get one, the only way to get them is to buy used. So the
Mm,
used market is going to be trying to keep up with the demand for them.
absolutely.
So that's going to make them
That's a
jump.
great factor right there. Um, and last one on our list was mentioned previously, but we're coming back to it. Knock it off the list. The Nissan Maxima, the one from Fast and Furious,
Yeah, that
early
generation,
'90s, right?
late
Late
90s.
late '90s. There
Yeah,
we
I
go.
think 95 through 2001 uh, was that body style.
Okay.
I think they're cool.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah.
They had a VQ 30D blah 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 blah, naturally aspirated 3 liter. You could get them with a manual. They were front wheel drive, yes, but they were definitely something. Yeah, Vince had one,
Dude.
and as our subscriber
Yeah.
uh, let us know, was Vince's car. It was
Damn.
a '99 Maxima.
Dude, absolutely. The
Hmm.
so just pulling up reference photos from Fast and Furious, you can do some nice shit with that
Yeah,
car. You can do some nice
yeah,
shit with that car, being tunable, uh, affordable. Um, I don't see many L's in that category there,
yeah.
besides maybe Nissan.
Yeah,
But
I mean, Nissan, but it's a VQ,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
it's
know, it's
it's
reliable.
reliable,
As our
definitely.
friend here says, Honda's a front wheel drive car, and people love those. But Honda guys are a bit different, right? This Maxima doesn't have VTEC,
No, yeah,
so it's not going
it,
to be such a driving factor, right?
yeah. There we go.
No, I mean, a lot of people don't mind front wheel drive, right?
Yeah,
Civic SIs, all that kind of stuff. I don't care for it. It's not my thing. It's the
yeah.
only reason I don't have like a Focus ST commuter fucking
The,
bullshit.
where I see front wheel drives working is if you're just a commuter person, you don't give a fuck about cars. Like you
Well,
want it to go,
not that you don't give
and
a fuck about cars, but just
that's the way I see
it's
it.
a commuter
It's
car. If you're trying to make real power out of something, you wouldn't necessarily go for that.
yeah,
Obviously, Honda guys are proving us wrong, but
absolutely. I can't.
once you get to
Yeah.
that point, it's not like a daily anymore.
Hmm.
A lot of people can daily fucking 500-600 horsepower Mustang, or oh yeah, the VQ trumpets. Oh, go back to our previous video. Our first video, actually, we talked
Yeah,
about those.
yeah,
Fuck that shit.
man.
But yeah, I mean, you can daily a 500-600 horsepower muscle car, or rear
Yeah,
wheel drive car. Once you get to that spec in a front wheel drive car,
you're just
you're
spinning
not there.
tires. You're just
You're not there.
uh,
The only way to compensate that is to make, put fucking drags on the front, and
mm.
then you can't make a turn anyway because you don't
Yeah.
have turning
There we
radius.
go.
Saw out your fenders and fuck it all up.
Man,
But yeah,
I've seen a bunch of all-wheel drive conversions.
yeah,
Yeah.
fuck all that. It's not worth it. Just buy a fucking regular V8.
Yeah, or get a Nissan Maxima. Are those front wheel drive too?
Yeah, they're
Ah,
still front
shit.
wheel drive.
Well, eh.
Wow, wow,
Can't you gotta
wow.
pick your battles.
Get the what was it? The Infinity J30. It's built off the same platform, same kind of
J30,
design. It's that
interesting.
same one that I sent you.
Oh,
Oh, I
oh,
love
okay,
them.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
them. I
Yeah,
love them. I don't know
crazy.
why. I hate that I love them, but I do.
But yeah, if you liked any of the cars on our list, or if you have one of these cars on the list, let us know. You might have a gem on your hand, or
Or a turd.
or a turd. So
Could be a turd.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's
And
really
don't come out with that. What was that Toyota Matrix XRS or any of that bullshit? Those aren't gonna appreciate. Those are body kits thrown on a typical fucking Toyota. Don't
yeah,
come out of the woodworks with that shit.
man.
I've heard so many people say those are gonna appreciate.
Hmm.
They're shit. Nobody wants them. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
But that rounds up our list for cars that are going to appreciate, that we suppose are going to appreciate in the next couple of years. Um,
Since
and
those are some cars that you guys may have,
mhm.
right? How about we give you a little recommendations?
Yeah,
Couple
if you're
we put down a couple scenarios, a
yeah,
couple things that,
yeah,
kind of average people out there what, one of the scenarios just as a scenario. Um is somebody who's mild car enthusiast, right? Or maybe a full-on car enthusiast, but is commuting, 50 miles to work or something,
Mhm.
something along those lines. And we're talking here, this is going to be your daily driver. It's going to be mostly highway miles, and we
Mhm.
kind of gave a budget of under 18,000.
Yeah,
Right?
and that number, what was that number based on? I guess it's kinda like the average income that's
Yeah, I mean, just kind
associated
of
with
kind
buying
of
a
your
car.
average used car
Yeah.
price, right? So this is something you can't really get any kind of desirable new car.
Mhm.
But for this budget, you could still find something with
Some real
decent
nice, yeah.
miles, something that's interesting still.
Mhm.
Um, but I kind of threw out a couple.
Yeah. What you got, man?
So first thing that pops in my mind, sadly, even though I just started talking shit on it a second ago, Focus STs, right? You get a manual trans. It's a hatchback. You can still seat 4 people in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not overly large, so you're not having to worry about driving on the highway, bobbing and weaving if you're doing that, if you're late like me.
Man.
Um,
Or if you're just trying to get home. Like, I
yeah,
seen a meme this morning, it was like, "I drive home faster than I drive to work."
yeah, yeah, damn straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Focus ST's good, reliable. No major problems.
Mhm.
Decent power output.
And a
Something
large aftermarket support for that vehicle.
tons
Yeah.
of it, tons
Yeah.
of it. But yeah, I mean, I think what would I not hate to drive, right?
Yeah.
And something with that kind of power, something with a manual. I think that would be fair to say that I wouldn't be like, oh, I hate driving this, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It'd be decent.
No, absolutely.
Kind of hand in hand with that, I threw in the Cobalt SS.
Okay.
Um, Similar aspect, right? You can get them with a manual.
Mhm.
Um, you can get them
Turbocharged?
supercharged or
Supercharged.
turbo, depending on
Nice.
the year,
Okay.
but
Dope.
still good power output.
Yeah.
Nothing overly big, still gets decent mileage, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Check
it's a solid commuter.
checking the boxes, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Even though it's a Chevy product, but if
Yeah, I
you're
mean it's still a piece of shit, but
yeah. Man. Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I mean for the most part they're relatively reliable overall. A lot of people they're desirable. Car community. There are aftermarket mods for them and things like that. So it's definitely it's feasible for a commuter for a car enthusiast.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Next one on the list, if you're a car enthusiast, perhaps you have, a lot of commuting to do, under 18K. The vehicle I mentioned earlier, BMW 535. Um,
335,
what did I say?
535.
Yeah, not that one. 335. There we go.
Yeah.
Again, small, quick. You can do the Bobby weaving stuff. Turbocharged, fun car. It is a two-seater. It does have a little back seat, but if you're taller than 5 foot, probably not comfortable back there. But yeah, you could have some
Yeah.
good fun, some quality fun, but
Yeah.
also not gonna hurt your pocket in the long run, right?
Yeah.
It's a 3-cylinder inline six. So you're just
3 liter
3
inline
liter.
six.
What did I say?
You said 3 cylinder inline six.
Yeah, dude, it is
Oh
something.
my
It is something.
goodness. Yeah.
But fun car. Check it out, man.
And that kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, similar aspect, Mustang EcoBoost, right?
Okay,
I
yeah.
threw the EcoBoost in here just because you're conserving gas, right?
Mhm.
You want a commuter, right?
Yeah,
So 4 cylinder turbo, same thing, same motor as a Focus ST, just
absolutely.
rear wheel drive.
Mhm.
This would probably be my choice over the Focus ST.
Mm,
Even though I love a good hot hatch, but still.
yeah,
But yeah, Mustang EcoBoost, solid 300 horse,
solid from
um,
factory.
6-speed
Yeah.
manual.
Mhm.
You can get all kinds of different configurations. So if you're somebody who doesn't give a shit about tech, you can save a few bucks. Or if
Absolutely.
you're
Yeah.
somebody like me who wants that Android Auto, Apple CarPlay stuff,
Heated
um,
seats, cooling seats.
yeah,
Yeah.
all that you can get all that in an EcoBoost.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Um,
if you're one of those ladies who wants a top down, you can get a convertible.
there you
Um,
go. One of those ladies who's only females are gonna have a top down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
even then, if you really look at the statistic, just a brief branch.
Yeah.
If you really look at it, how many women do you see driving a car with the top down?
Well, I can't
Like,
say
that's a stereotype
Yeah,
that we've all picked up, and it's
true.
just so natural.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you ever see a top down, it's normally
older guy.
an older guy.
Yeah, yeah,
It's never women because
and now
their
I'm thinking
hair.
about it. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the hair. Yeah,
The
absolutely the
hair.
hair. Yeah, there we go.
It's just somebody pointed that out to me
Yeah,
like fucking 6, 7 years ago, and I was like,
that stuck with you.
you've got a
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
I've never
absolutely.
seen a woman with the top
I think
down
it only is it's
or
cliche.
women with short hair.
Yeah, it's only cliche because I think movies and pop culture
Yeah,
promotes
yeah.
that kind of thing, like
Yeah, but at the
white
same
chicks and all these other
yeah,
things. Like
white chicks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Things
yeah,
where they're not going above 10 miles an hour
yeah,
filming.
yeah.
But
Um, yeah, and it's also a tunable vehicle. I think so far all the
oh,
vehicles we
beyond
mentioned
tunable,
are
yeah.
all tunable, which I
Yeah.
think is a key aspect if you're interested in being a car person or you want something that's fun and quick.
Yeah,
Tunable
definitely,
should be
yeah.
something you're looking for.
Modifiable.
Modifiable. Yes, sir. Next on the list is pretty basic, but Civic Si. We're talking about any year range, really. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, for the most part,
yeah.
yeah.
The newer ones probably run you a little over
Yeah,
18,
newer ones would be a bit more than that, but
a little over.
you can get like a 13, 14, 15
Hmm.
for less than 18K. Like, you
Absolutely.
could definitely save some money
Yeah,
by buying one of
yeah.
those. And it's a fucking Honda. It'll
Man,
run for
it'll run.
literally ever. Like, the
And
only cars that are gonna be running after the apocalypse are gonna be Hondas.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Like, they're
And
cockroaches.
diesels.
Yeah,
N-
and diesel.
Diesels.
But yeah, Hondas are just they're never gonna die.
Yeah.
They're always gonna be there.
And obviously, affordable commuter car. You
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah. Decent, I mean, solid,
Solid.
solid.
It's probably like a A. Solid A. You can't.
I'm a Rochambeau the next couple
Yeah,
because
so
I
we
feel
got.
like
Let's
they're,
see what we got,
they're
man.
not our favorites.
Yeah.
Genesis Coupe,
Yeah.
keyword coupe,
Cool beat.
not the Genesis that we know and love. The Genesis Coupe.
Before there was a Genesis, right?
No, I think they were launched right about the
Oh,
same
okay.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Genesis Coupe, decent commuter, manual trans, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Little K
People
car.
like them. Not my
Little
favorite, but
KDM action.
nonetheless. Then Kia Stinger, following that same kind of Korean market.
Yeah.
Kia Stinger, you can get them in a 4-cylinder with a manual. Same thing, solid output. Not sure the price on those. We might be a little wrong, but I think you could probably easily find one under 18K.
Yeah. I believe when you were looking, you were seeing like 16, 17 for him. If I'm not wrong. Because you weren't exclusively looking for him, but I know you came across a couple.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
True.
think somewhere
True.
about that.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd gen or 4th gen Miatas.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that cool little fun car, right? A little fun
Well, a
zippy
lot of
zippy.
people love him in the car community.
Yeah, yeah.
Not my cup of tea, but they'll run. They'll run. I've seen someone literally run it into a ditch and pull it out and
Oh yeah.
rebuild it. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy. Yeah, man.
This guy. I think they were released after they made the Genesis its own brand. No, they were released right about the same time.
Nah.
Cause
He's like Googling it, and we're like, nah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
They were released about the same time because I think the Genesis, because the Genesis Coupe I think was either the same year or something like that. Because they definitely called it the Genesis Coupe the whole time. But then they made the Genesis and the what was the name of the other one? Oh God, I can't remember the name of the other Genesis and
The Veloster?
no.
No, that's Hyundai
The
Veloster.
other Hyundai luxury car, Equus, the Hyundai Equus. God, I don't know why.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. That one is a little sleeper car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Equus was the uglier version.
Very
but yeah,
ugly.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it a sleeper. It had some decent power out in that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of caps off that scenario,
scenario,
right? Your
right?
commuter,
Mhm.
kind of car enthusiast, daily
Fun,
driving,
right?
for a decent price point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Next up, and this one I wanted to give because I sold when I sold cars, I
Mhm.
sold quite a few people in this scenario vehicles that they did not expect would work. So blue collar workers, right?
Okay. We got to haul stuff or just
Yeah, and here's the thing: trucks are always overpriced,
Yeah.
right? They're always holding value because everybody wants a truck and everybody's shopping for a good deal on a truck, so you won't really find it.
Yeah.
But blue collar workers need something, decent mileage. Doesn't have to be a truck. They just need to haul tools and shit
something
like
that's
that.
relatively reliable. Right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so I I sold people several different models over the years,
Mhm.
but a few of them that really stuck out for me were the Ford Flex or Ford Explorers. They had enough room for them. If they wanted to have friends in, they could without sacrificing all that extra space. Uh, just fold down the rear seats, and you got a work table back there. I'm gonna throw in one honorable mention because I didn't put it on the list here, but uh, Jeep Grand Cherokees. They have ample room in the back.
Uh, yeah.
Uh, you can get them with a V8. They're rear wheel drive or four wheel drive. Definitely, it's solid for a blue collar worker who needs to fit all that stuff in the back. Uh, Will had a couple suggestions, and these kind of, hey, you know what? That's kind of the same boat.
Hell yeah. It's because I've learned from experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One that's I don't think in the realm of everyone's scope when they're looking for a work vehicle, but minivans. Minivans are a great fucking work vehicle. You can haul a lot of shit in it.
Mhm, mhm.
And a lot of the minivans are super reliable. So Honda Odyssey, Sienna or Toyota Sienna, Dodge Caravan, and then what's that other one? Or is that all for the minivans? That's all for the
That's all for the
minivans. Yeah.
minivans. I mean, like a Transit Connect too. That's one I
Yeah.
didn't really think about
But
because
that's like
I'm thinking about something
mainstream.
that
Yeah.
well, I'm thinking about something that people can use with people in the car.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
if you wanna take the crew out to lunch or something
Mm.
and you wanna take your car,
Oh, yeah.
right? I mean, a Transit Connect most of the time isn't gonna have seats.
Nah, for
They
your extra,
did,
right?
but
Yeah,
yeah, not often.
yeah,
Um, and then I'll sum up this next grouping.
yeah.
Compact pickups.
Okay.
Your and these are older, right? We're not
Yeah.
talking new. But your Nissan Hardbody, Rangers, the classic Toyota pickups, the little Tacomas,
Okay.
right? You can find those for a decent price,
Yeah,
and they're gonna be reliable. They're gonna take
absolutely.
the abuse, whatever you want to do. You want to beat them down, set them on fire. They're still gonna
Exactly.
run great.
Just like our last episode, we mentioned these vehicles
Oh yeah,
tried and true, right?
amongst the
R
community, yeah.
ring rung through the fire and still proven to go.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah,
absolutely. Those little trucks, man. Those little trucks, man. I'll tell you what. I'll tell
fabulous.
you what.
I tell you what. Um,
Man.
but yeah, so yeah, I would definitely group all those together. Reliable
Yeah.
trucks. I mean, the Mazda B series, even
Mm.
all that
Mhm.
stuff. They're doable. They can do the work. They can still get
And they're
good
not crazy
mileage.
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is the great thing right here. Um, and then
Lastly,
lastly, we have a wagon. It's the Volvo wagon, the
mhm,
S70. No, that's the sport version.
V70,
V70. There we go. Volvo wagon, obviously reliable. Has the space for it. Has
safe as shit.
safest shit ever.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, same idea as the vans.
yeah, you
You've
could.
got a ton of space back
Mhm.
there, a bunch of cargo space, tools, whatnot. Throw it
You
all
could
in there.
haul the kids and the tools, man.
Yeah, hell
So,
yeah.
yeah, why not get one if you're in the market for a reliable work vehicle? Um, that these might be options for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep your mind open.
Hell
But
yeah.
the
And then
last
yeah,
yeah, last category we have for used car buyer guide.
this is your typical, you know, anybody who doesn't give a shit about cars.
Yeah, you just
People who don't give a fuck, just want to gas it and drive it.
yeah
Not the best on maintenance.
yeah
You
you're
know, typical wife material,
typical first car kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Honda Toyota.
Yeah, it's just
Fucking
done. We're done.
we're not gonna tell you
We're
models.
done.
Honda Toyota. You want an SUV, get a fucking CRV or a
Yeah,
fucking the RAV4.
yeah.
You want a fucking subcompact car, fucking Honda Fit or the fucking whatever the fuck the Toyota similar Yaris.
Yep, there you go.
Fucking just whatever size car you want. Just
Yeah,
fucking Google Honda midsize sedan,
yeah.
Honda compact SUV.
They'll have it. They'll
Fucking
have it.
yes.
Yeah,
Just if you don't give a shit about cars, you're not good on maintenance. You're not giving a damn.
yeah.
Honda, Toyota.
You don't know how to
That's it.
you don't know how to
That's
fake you
fucking
don't know how
it.
to fake it. You don't know how
That's
to
it.
go and buy a SI or none of that. Base model will work.
Yeah.
Base model. There's one step up from that, and you'll be fine.
If you
You know what I'm
have to
saying?
have leather, buy one with leather. I
There
don't
you
give a
go.
shit.
Yeah,
Just Honda, Toyota. Fucking
done. You safest car, reliable
eat
car.
your heart out, Dave Ramsey. I just saved America fucking hundreds of thousands of
There we
dollars.
go. Take our advice, guys.
Yeah. Lease the fucking thing.
Oh
As I said
man,
last
that's
episode,
probably the smartest thing you can fucking
lease
do.
lease it. You
Man,
can get those cars for stupid cheap for a lease,
there we
and
go.
then you never have to worry about it.
Yeah.
All you do is gas it and go.
Man,
Throw it in the trash when you're done. Give it back to Toyota and say, "I'm done with this. Take
Yeah.
it back."
and they'll sell it
Be-
because it's a need.
Because the next person who doesn't give a fuck about cars is down there to buy a Corolla.
Man, but that wraps it up for our buyer's guide, used car buyer's guide.
Wonder why the Eagle Talon never took off. The Eagle Talon never took off because Eagle was a shit brand.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
The Eagle Talon, it's a comment.
Okay,
The
no,
Eagle
no.
Talon was a fucking Mitsubishi Eclipse. Yes, but it did not have the marketing. It was Eagle was American Motors.
Okay,
American Motors failed because they fucking sucked and did not know how to do business.
Is
So they
that-
didn't market correctly.
Uh-huh.
And they went in on a joint effort with Mitsubishi to make the Eclipse,
okay.
the Talon, and the Plymouth something. It was a Plymouth something too.
Is that the AMC?
Yeah, it was AMC. Oh
Okay.
yeah, the Plymouth Laser. Yeah.
Dang, this guy
Something.
sounds like he knows something.
He knows a few things.
A little thing. Might bring him on as a guest someday.
Come in and say hi.
Hey man, come say hi to our live viewers. We have one other person other than you.
Yeah. Come
Come
on,
say hi.
come say hi.
Come take my
He's
seat.
been asking all these questions and
Come take my
talking with
seat.
us, which is great. This is Ross. He is our Napa representative. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's coming around. Okay. He'll be coming around the office when he comes. Don't say it like that. That's weird. Huh? Oh, no, you're good. Yeah. It's tight. It's a tight fit. Put the headphones on, man. You're going to chat with us for a minute. So, Ross. Oh, yeah. Sounds so much better, doesn't it? Yeah. Ross here is our Napa guy. Great guy. Love him. He always comes through. Like today, I call him at 6:00 and say, "Hey, what time are you off? Can you bring me something I need for my truck?" And of course, he goes, "Okay, I guess so." And luckily, stops by and drops it off. But Ross is also a car person, right in our same market. You dabble. You got to speak into the mic, man. Come on.
I dabble.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
better. That's better. Now you can hear yourself. But yeah, as Ross can attest, get into the car community. Get into parts stores. Like we said last week. Don't be afraid to get into an auto parts store. Is the pay great, Ross?
It's
Eh,
all right.
If you do the job. Take it seriously, do the job. It's great. But maybe we'll have Ross on for our next podcast. We've been looking for a guest.
Who knows?
That's the dog.
Yeah, not just a dog or
I can't compete.
third party
I can't
sunshine
compete.
intern. Yeah. But that about wraps it up for us. Will, you got to pop in for the goodbye. Can't have you not here for the
Here we go.
goodbye.
Hell yeah. Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Auto Chronicles podcast. Boom.